insurance industry, because in the Senate proposal, although we haven't really released that to the public, we included the insurance industry in the bill because we view that the industry is a vital component in the promotion of the capital markets. In concept, the premiums that are being collected obviously will be invested in different asset classes depending on the need of the insurance company. So we want to get their views on we want to get the views of the insurance industry in relation to the capital markets, because that's the direction that we are pursuing. So we'll call on we'll call on Mr. Michael Relosa of PIRA. Any comments?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the Honorable Senator Win Gatchalian and members of the Senate Ways and Means Committee, good morning, everybody, and thank you for having us. I'm Michael Relosa, the Philippine Insurers and Reinsurers Association, the umbrella organization of the non-life industry in the Philippines. I wish to advise that we have submitted a position paper to the Secretariat, and summarizing the paper, we wish to manifest our full support for House Bill 9277, as it will, if passed, play a crucial role in the continued enhancement of our nation's tax system, aiming for fairness, efficiency, and simplicity. We wish also to highlight our support for the salient portions which impact on the insurance industry, particularly the provisions under Sections 184 and 185, which align the documentary stamps on insurance policies on property and fidelity bonds and other insurance policies, aligning it with that of the life insurance industry. But adding to what I already mentioned, and after hearing the DOF's proposal and arguments, which we fully understand, we wish to raise the fact that the less than 2% penetration rate of the insurance industry in the Philippines is the lowest amongst our ASEAN neighbors and the world. We have been supporting the government's call to narrow the protection gap and increase insurance penetration, but the biggest roadblock that we face is the tax on insurance products, specifically non-life, which disincentivizes the public from purchasing insurance. Other countries incentivize people to protect themselves, while in the Philippines, in effect, we disincentivize our people from insuring themselves. And this is very important given the fact that the Philippines, for the third straight year, has been identified as the most vulnerable nation to natural catastrophe events, which everyone is aware is increasing in number and ferocity given climate change. The industry needs guidance and a clear signal of where we would really want to be. We do, however, support the House bill in question. Thank you, sir.
When you say cost, Mr. Michael, you're pertaining to the DSTs.
We refer to the whole tax, sir, but the DST plays a big role, of course.
Okay. And right now, the regime of the non-life insurance companies are 12%. No? They're being charged VAT, and then there's also DST.
Yes, sir.
And
there are other taxes. For property, it would be a total of about 27.5%.
What are the other taxes?
You have local government tax, you have fire
yeah.
service tax, etc.
Okay.
All adds up.
And then which is the biggest component among the 25%?
Well, it would be the documentary stamps for one.
All right. We'll talk about that later on. And then I was asking Attorney Refran about the role of the insurance sector to the capital markets. Can you share us your thoughts on that aspect?
I fully agree with Attorney Refran. I would confirm that. But this is true mostly for the life insurance industry because they have longer term. In the non-life insurance industry, we're very much regulated by the Insurance Commission, and even our investments have to be vetted by the Commission. So ours is mostly short-term, and we have to be very liquid.
Normally, where do you
Government
invest?
securities,
Normally,
more
government
often than not.
securities.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how many % of your portfolio is under government securities?
Well, it really depends on the individual insurance company. But to hazard a guess, it would be a majority, sir. Maybe
90
70, 80%.
70-80% government securities. And then the rest equities. Is that
Yes, sir.
is that safe to say that
Safe to say.
the rest of the pie goes to equities, the equities
That's
part?
right.
And then also in the I know in the House proposal they made some really drastic reforms. No, I think you've read that. But the offshoot of that will be a massive reduction in government revenues that you saw earlier. There's another proposal, or the original proposal of reducing it to 7.5%. Any opinion to that? Is that a good middle ground that can? The objective here again is to increase penetration rates, no, and grow the market, so to speak. So hopefully by reducing friction costs to 7.5%, do you think that can achieve the goal of expanding penetration rate?
Well, to be honest, Mr. Chair, any reduction would be welcome. However, we are trying to narrow the protection gap, and even with that reduction, we're still going to be one of the highest taxed within our ASEAN neighbors, for example, or the world. But definitely any reduction from the present situation would be very welcome. But we'd like to point out that, yes, the Philippines is the most vulnerable country. We're trying to come up with cat protection. And when we go into the foreign market for reinsurance, our reinsurance premiums are very high as well. So there are friction costs all over the place. And any reduction would be very helpful